Hi everybody, this video is going to be a little bit of a demo of this guitar, which I've wired up in a way that it sort of mimics, and I use that term in the broadest sense, the sort of sound that Brian May gets out of his Red Special. So the pickups have been wired up slightly differently. So I'll take you through the sounds of this guitar initially, and then I'm going to swap it for a BMG and we can see the difference, or hear the difference hopefully. Gear wise, I'm running the guitar directly into a Treble Booster Touring, which then goes into a Vox MV50AC, and then it goes straight into the computer. So there's a little bit of EQ on the guitar in terms of post-production, but otherwise it's the same. I added a little bit of bottom end on the computer EQ wise, but otherwise it is how it sounds. So we'll start off with the Strat, so the most basic pickup setting on the Strat, which is this one. Okay, so this is literally just the bridge pickup on its own, okay, which sounds like this through the Brian May setup. So it's kind of thin, okay, it's got that distinctive sort of Strat thinness, if you like, on the bridge pickup. So you know, you can get that kind of. I know that wasn't written on a Strat or played on a Strat, so don't write me letters. But that's, you know, that's the Strat pickup. We then get this one here, which is, as far as I'm aware, both of these on but in parallel, and somebody may correct me on that. But again, you know, we get this kind of. We then get the middle pickup. Then this one, which is, I believe, these two in parallel. Finally. So that's the normal Strat wiring. Okay, so that's just the bog standard Strat setup. Okay, so there's nothing different there. However, when I press this button inside the volume pot, okay, we go from this . So what we have now are these two on together the same way that Brian May has them. I believe that's in series, but again, somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's in series. So basically these two are on together, but not the same way as they were on together in the other set of wiring. So basically this selector switch here is the one with the two sets of pins on it, so you can have two different sets of wiring. So so we can have this very sort of May-esque, shall we say, setup and tone on this. Or something like that played correctly, I suppose. But yeah, so that's these two. We then get, if we go from this down one to this, we get these two on in series, but then this one in parallel, I believe. I forget how we did it. Next up, we have this one, which is all three of them on together, so it's all three pickups wired in series. So we get something like that. We then have this one, which is these two on in series, and then this one in parallel. So we get something like this. And then finally, these two on in series. So in this configuration, there's not a setting where any one pickup is on by itself. So again, it's not as versatile as the BMG setup. So again, as I say, it mimics it to an extent. We also don't have any of the out of phase settings either. Okay, so again, this sounds like a I mean, you can hear the difference, I hope, there between that one, which is, and then this one, which is, gives us that lovely kind of sort of glassy Strat tone. You know, so ultimately, it gives you the opportunity to have the kind of Brian May bread and butter sound. I mean, there are some other quite interesting tones in it as well once you start playing around with the pickup settings and stuff. As I say, I've not been able to wire this in any kind of out of phase thing. That would need an additional thing in the wiring, so I haven't done that. But you know, at least with these two on together, you get something like through the Brian May setup. So you know, you can get that kind of this end of the spectrum, you get something like that, which you know, this one, which is these two on, and that one, which you get something that might work for something like or something, you know. Or even something to the extent of I know it's a stretch, but you know, it's just something else you can do with a Strat. So what I'm going to do is, as I say, I'm going to swap this out now for a BMG, and we can sort of hear the difference. Okay, so this is the BMG. So to white one, as you can see, the pickups are not the stock ones that came in it. They are the Brian May Signature pickups. which I am led to believe are a little bit better than the ones that came with it. They sound better to me anyway. Again, this is the bog standard Brian May setup, so the bridge and the middle pickup on together and in phase. That's all I'm really going to do with this one, because it, again, you get the out of phase options on this, so I'm not going to go mad. I just wanted to kind of compare the main sort of Brian bread and butter sound on this. So for comparison, here is this one, and I will attempt in the editing of the video to put these side by side, but if I can't, then that's because I suck. So here we go. So there we go. Different wiring on a Strat versus the usual wiring, if you like, on a BMG. So I hope you enjoyed this. See what you think. Cheers.